Good day, everyone. It's nice to meet you again. Welcome to Science for High School with Marvin Education Center. This series is for M.1. Let's learn some new words. Here are some important words for this lesson. Can you say them with me? Here we go. 1. Weather forecast. 2. Weather map. 3. Weather front. 4. Stationary front. 5. Warm front. 6. Cold front. 7. Occluded front. 8. Predict. 9. Cloudiness. And 10. Wind speed. Let's get started. Are you ready? Our lesson for today is all about weather forecasting. Class, what is weather forecasting? Are you ready to know? Let's start. What is weather forecasting? Weather, as we all know, it refers to the day-to-day condition of the atmosphere. Weather forecast means to predict the conditions of the atmosphere for a given location and time. It is the prediction of what weather and natural phenomena will be in a future time at a given location with meteorological methods. For example, in a week, meteorologists, through meteorological methods, will gather information about the condition of the atmosphere and relay these information through weather forecasting. Weather forecasting is very important in our lives in many ways as follow. Number 1. Transportation. Weather forecasts are very important for transportation to avoid severe weather when traveling. For example, flight may be delayed if the weather is bad. 2. Agriculture. Information about weather is helpful for agriculturists. For example, they need to know the weather conditions before spraying insecticide. 3. Natural disaster warning. The information regarding weather will keep us informed and well prepared to avoid any damage. We can make appropriate travel plans and preparation for emergency or evacuation. These are some of the reasons. Let us move on to descriptions of weather. Number 1. Hot weather. It is based on maximum temperature of the day and used only in summer. You can say, it's hot if the temperature is from 35 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius. You can also describe the weather as very hot if the temperature is higher than 40 degrees Celsius. What is the opposite of hot weather? Yes, it is cold weather. You can describe weather as cool if the temperature is from 18 degrees Celsius to 22 degrees Celsius. How about moderately cold? You're right. If the temperature is from 16 degrees Celsius to 17.9 degrees Celsius. You can say that the weather is cold if the temperature is from 8 degrees Celsius to 15.9 degrees Celsius. And if the temperature is lower than 7.9 degrees Celsius, how will you describe the weather? Yes, it is very cold. Next one is the condition of the sky. It can be described by the amount of cloud coverage as listed. Fine, fair, partly cloudy, cloudy, very cloudy, overcast. We usually hear these words when we watch TV news about the weather forecast. Next description is haze. It is the air condition where dust and salt particles suspend in the air. It makes the appearance of the air opalescent, and it also reduces up to 2/3 of regular visibility. Remember, class, haze usually refers to a visible air pollution rather than just a fog. Confluence. It occurs when two surface winds blow gently, causing the air in that area to rise. In confluence, rain clouds are often formed and finally produce rain. Low pressure area. This pressure area is the opposite of high pressure area. In this area, it has lower pressure at its center than the surrounding area. Also, numerous clouds and rain appear. The movement of the wind in low pressure areas is called cyclonic circulation. What is a weather map? It is a map or chart showing the condition of the weather in a certain area at a given time by indicating barometric pressures, temperatures, and wind direction. Please see the examples given in the screen. A weather map and its symbols are meant to convey a lot of weather information quickly and without using a lot of words. Just as equations are the language of mathematics, weather symbols are the language of weather, so that anyone looking at the map should be able to decipher the same exact information from it. That is, if you know how to read it. Let's start with symbols used to identify the wind speed and direction and amount of cloud coverage. Number 1. Wind speed. Wind speed is indicated by the shorter lines called barbs, which extend from the longer line. Wind speed is measured in knots. 1 knot is equivalent to 1.15 miles per hour or 1.85 kilometer per hour and is always rounded to the nearest 5 knots. The total wind speed is determined by adding together the different sizes of barbs according to the following wind speeds that each represents. Half barb is equal to 5 knots. Long barb is equal to 10 knots. And pennant is equal to 50 knots. Wind direction can be shown by the direction of the symbol. Symbols used to identify the wind speed and direction and amount of cloud coverage. Try to observe the illustrations being shown to your screen. The first column will show you the direction where the wind is flowing, and the other column is its corresponding meteorological convention. These are the symbols used to represent the amount of cloud coverage. Cloud cover refers to the fraction of the sky obscured by clouds when observed from a particular location. Each circle represents a weather station. The circle at each station is empty if skies are clear. The circle is dark if it's cloudy. A line within the circle or a half-filled circle means partly cloudy, and so on. Next, we have symbols for air temperature, dew point, and sea level pressure. Air temperature in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Dew point, temperature in which condensation will occur. And pressure in millibar or MB. These quantities are usually represented by numbers. Lastly, we have symbols for warm and cold fronts, high and low pressure systems. Let us start with symbols representing the weather fronts. Blue lines are cold fronts. It is with triangular points. Red lines with semicircular points are warm fronts. Next, these are the symbols for low and high pressure systems respectively. Take note, class. A red L means low pressure, which can mean storm. A blue H means a center of high pressure, usually calm, or sunny weather. Most fronts extend from low pressure centers. Now let's have an example of a weather map. Again, the red lines with semicircular points are called warm fronts, while the blue lines with triangular points are cold fronts. Great! That is the end of our lesson. Okay, you have learned about the weather map and their symbols. Remember, class, weather map symbols help meteorologists to easily predict the weather conditions in the atmosphere. Happy learning and see you in the next episode.